Sorry about that. There, it should be working now. Fuck, it's cold. Yeah, it's snowing. It's minus near 11. I am in the shelter with nothing to do. How you doing? It's minus 11 out today, and it's a blizzard. So I got nothing to watch. I figured I'd just come on here. Nothing, unfortunately. I'm bored as heck. Can't go outside because of the snow. I can hear it hitting the sides and roof of the shelter. And it's fucking cold. It is like negative 11 right now. I'll show you how cold it really is. I'll take a nice deep breath, and then I will. I have not seen the penguin, no. I'm going to hold my breath. That's how cold it is. It's fucking freezing. Like yesterday, when I woke up, I touched the sides of the shack, my tent, and it's warm in here, but it's so cold out there it froze the sides. It was bad. It was really bad. Hey, Denosa. Yeah, I had to get off of the games. I had to get off the games for a bit. I was starting to get a little bit annoyed. I'll use the word with that. But yeah, now I got myself rolled up like a burrito. Fires up a hog leg for the room. I had funny thing talking about pork. I bought some pork belly yesterday and had that for dinner. It was really good. I like pork belly. The problem is 3 pieces of pork belly is too much pork belly to eat. It's too decadent. Yeah, I might start it up again in a little bit. Start games again in the game chat. If we can get Catan going, I cannot handle more Scrabble and the shit talk that was going on. Oh, I agree. Pork belly, beautiful stuff. I would prefer it braised. And also, yeah, hey, Martin. Yeah, I'm staying safe. Just chilly. I'm warm enough. Like, it's negative 11 out today. Potential to go down to negative 21 for Sunday. But I want to do some more outdoor streaming and whatnot. It's unfortunate I can't because the snow and nighttime, but I'll figure out how to do it during the daytime and have a blizzard, snowstorm fire sometime. Hello, Nicola. But yeah, now I'm just trying to figure something out to do. Oh, and well, I hang out in my burrito. Cold. No, not really cold, but bored. Don't know what I want to watch. Don't have the data to download anything. And I've been scrolling on shorts for the last half hour on YouTube and just bored. So I figured I would rely on you guys to entertain me. Hey, Cat Mom, how the heck are you? How do I deal with the cold? I do what I'm doing right now. Get inside the shelter climb on top of the 3 blankets and put 4 to 9 on top of me, and I let my body heat warm me up, which I'm doing. My problem is I went out and it was snowing. I went to go use the restroom. You come back when it's -11. You're cold, and then you got to get in and start moving around and warm up. Uh, I can't really bury buried in the shelter, and you don't bring fire or hot stuff into it. I've got a heated blanket when I need. Hey, Cornish. But no, I've got a heated blanket for when I need. I just don't need it yet. And that's why you got this vertical view of me like half laying down right now, because chilly. Again, don't need I don't need a hot water bottle. Hot water bottles, you have to heat up water, put it in it. And there's no real point. You can do the same. Like, I've got a heated blanket and enough blankets. I don't need that. It's just, uh, I was doing math the other day just for the fun of it, and I include work in it. So, and the time I spend in the library or whatnot a week, I spend 26 hours every week inside. The rest of the time, that is 6, 7. So 1 out of every 7 days I get total, I'm inside. Like, if you know stretch it out over a week, 6 days a week I'm outside 24 hours a day. I had a nice little shack for a bit there, but cops came and tore it down because they suck. No warning, just down in the cold. Math. I don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. Unless it's nicotine. That's my headache. I'm trying to figure out more live streams we can do. I've got a whole pile of wood. I want to have a nice big campfire. Once there's more snow on the ground, we'll do an outside campfire live stream in the snow. I think that'll be really fun. Well, it's perfectly legal to do what I did where I was. Nobody told on me. I think they just happened upon it because somebody else, they drove their car into the area and set up their little. It was a pickup truck with a camper on the back, and he's spending the night, the weekend there. He didn't have it hidden well enough, so I think some cops saw it as they were going by, drove in, checked it out, and then some I set up, and they're like, "Huh, let's just screw with this bastard." So now I'm back in the tent. I've got no idea what I'm doing for Christmas. Like, probably what I'm doing right now, sitting in the middle of the woods in the cold under blankets by myself. I've got no family to really spend it with. I got myself. Like, there's no people I can actually go see. That's the problem. I can't justify spending money from my paycheck holding on to it for a hotel room for the night because that's expensive. And I can't afford it. I got to spend everything I got for my meds and stuff. I would love to be indoors for Christmas to do something nice or go to Toronto, have a nice dinner. I just can't justify it. Well, this far up north, that's all the cops have to do is they're notorious for taking people on Starlight tours. Google what that is, or I'll tell you right now. They like to pick people up in the city and drive them out of the city like 50, 60 kilometers out of the city, kick them out of the car on a cold winter's night beneath the stars for them to freeze to death. Happens a lot. Oh, well, I'm warm. It's cold out, but I'm fine. No shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. I know. That's up near where I am. No, I'm slowly burying my shack, my shelter in the snow, so it keeps the heat in really well. But not tonight. Yeah, I like the fires too. I'm gonna have some big ones coming up. I made some bannock, and I had a can of sausage gravy, and I had uh, bannock is fried bread, and I made that, and basically did my version of biscuits and gravy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find a way to get into town probably tomorrow because I'm running out of supplies again, and poverty sucks. But yeah, you can hear the snow. How you doing, Truther777? It's only 8:15 ish. Well, 8:12 to be exact. I'm in Canada. I'm in the woods where I live 24 hours a day right now in a makeshift shelter. Where it's warm, I'm in winter. Yeah, we're on the same time zone. Yeah, I've kind of starting to. I'm giving up on ODSP. I'm trying to figure something else out because I can't wait anymore and fight. I want to figure a way to get a few $1,000s behind me and leave. It's -11 here, so that is I have no idea in speak. I think that's like what 7 or 8 degrees in America. How you doing, Jake? Yeah, but fuck. I'm trying to figure a lot out. Trying to figure out what I can do to make more money on YouTube. I would love it if I could just start breaking into like $2,000-3,000 a month on YouTube instead of like $200-300 a month. That'd be amazing. Nope, I would stay away from everybody. What's your favorite part of being home? Nothing. There's no favorite part of being it. It fucking sucks. Blankets, lots and lots of blankets. I turned myself into a burrito. Or, in this case, my cocoon. I'm in my cocoon, keeping warm. I think Celsius is the better measurement system. Like, 0 means it's going to freeze. Below that, it's -10 is really cold. -10 is really cold. -20 is really cold. -30 is really cold. -40, if you open your mouth, your teeth pop like popcorn. My boss knows I am. Yep, I have never once bullshitted her about that. She knows the whole situation. I'm going to work tomorrow morning. Got to be up for 6 in the morning. Sorry, I got to be there for 6 in the morning. She said she'd meet me at the bottom of her driveway and drive me up. Because, yeah, she's got a lot to do tomorrow, and I said I'd watch the shop. You stay away from homeless shelters. I will never, ever even think of stepping foot in one. You're going to get stabbed. The guy next to you is going to be doing drugs. There's going to be bed bugs, and you're going to get gastritis. I'm safer off in the woods, away from the world. I'll tell you, since I've been up here, I haven't been robbed once, and no random guy has opened my shelter at 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm trying to sleep, butt ass naked. Women's shelters are a lot different than men's shelters. Us men are animals, and there's a lot of drugs in them, and a lot of just trash human beings that I want to avoid. It's actually where I'm camped is closer to work than to town. It'll take me maybe from where I am to the highway, from the highway there about 20 minutes to walk to her driveway, and then another 10-15 minute drive from her driveway to the shop. See, I think shelters should be people that are homeless. I think they should have other resources for people with addictions. I believe there should be facilities where if they're looking for a place to stay, they should be put that they also get rehabilitation, you know? Well, I had a can of sausage gravy, and I used the last of my flour to make some bannock fried bread. Oh, I would be a lot worse off mentally if I didn't have this job. Fuck. In September, she closed down for all of September, and I was losing my mind during September with nothing to do. I was going crazy. I was panicking. Didn't help that they had switched around my medications in September either. That was pretty bad. With the change of meds, made me want to hang myself from a tree. Like legit, they caused thoughts of swinging from a tree by my neck. Oh, it's nothing special. It's nothing special. Like it's nothing like I used to be a crane operator. I missed that job. Being so high above the city, like that, I took pride in that. In fact, I identified that's who I was. You know, in life, this is what I did was who I was, kind of deal. That's what I thought for a long time. Now I'm working at like an outdoors kind of store. Raven, food banks don't work the same way in Canada than they do everywhere else. Not in Ontario, at least. They changed the rules to the food bank. For you to use a food bank, you have to live within the service area of a certain food bank. So there is one service food bank that'll service an area of so many houses, and a different food bank to serve a different area of houses. If you're not living in with that area without identification, saying I live within the service area, they don't serve you. What is EBT? EBT, is that food stamps? Because we don't have food stamps up here. Not a thing up here. Food stamps doesn't exist up here in Canada. Don't make fun of Santa. Santa's freaking awesome. Last year, this time last year, I was at the library wearing a red hoodie, very large black boots, black snow pants, and a kid thought I was Santa Claus. You know, the gray hairs at the side of my head and the big bushy beard didn't help any. But yeah, that made my year. Cute little kid. Her and her mother walked in the door. She saw me, and her eyes got all wide. It was like, "It's Santa." Um, Kid kept poking its head out at the side of the stacks in the library to look at me, and the kid was like bursting with joy because she thought I was Santa Claus. The mother didn't like it very much. In fact, she tried to get me kicked out of the library because I was distracting her daughter. Then the kid thought I was Santa Claus. Today, I was at work today from 6 a.m. because my boss has to do runs now to go pick up the inventory because postal issues. Again today, her ex-husband, I've never met the guy either. Same with I never met her kid. He shows up like at around near all just a little bit before noon, just a little bit before lunchtime, with their youngest kid. This is her ex-husband, and he's like, where's your boss? Where is she?" It's like she's gone for the day, and then he leaves their kid with me, a guy he's never met. It's like, "Oh, she's sick. I take her to school. Tell her that when I get back, I gotta go." And he just leaves a kid there with me, a complete fucking stranger. Kid laid down in the back room for the day and just played games on the Nintendo thingy by herself. And yeah, they swap weeks apparently. So one week the kids are with her, the next week they're with him, and it's his week, and he just didn't want to deal with the sick kid. So he's like, "Oh, it sucks for you," and he left her with a complete fucking stranger. And yeah, that was my day. I was at work, just sitting at the desk with the kid in the back office. It was odd. Oh, he sounds like a real prick. It, it, it it's a the bread that I made. It's not. It's called bannock, and it's just a bread. It's just a savory bread. It's a very you use the 1-to-4 ratio. So for bannock, it's 1-to-4. You add a little bit of baking soda into flour, or you use self-rising flour. And how much flour you use, and you use a quarter of the water, mix it together and fry it. It just tastes like bread. It's savory. You can add some salt to it for more savoriness. I like it with eggs. It is. I don't have an address. That's a problem. I'm working on. I'm probably gonna try to pick up a PO box this week. I found that I can get it cheaper at the UPS store, but as it is stands right now, I can't afford a PO box. Through Canada Post, they charge $47 a month. You have to pay for a minimum of 3 months and put down a $100 key deposit. And it doesn't really matter with packages right now because there's a postal strike going on. Can't get mail if I wanted to. Work address is a no go. My first, she's only got a very small post office box. Mail isn't delivered to work. It's delivered to Canada Post to her. So it's a lot different. It's there where she is located. There is no mail delivery, so she actually has to take a trip into town to go pick up her mail. I'm trying to figure out how to do a box myself, but I don't know until I know. And I didn't go to the UPS store when I went to the town Sunday to get a small supply run and my batteries charged because I was, busy. Sometimes you just get a little bit too busy. Good night. Biggest inspiration in life? Well, I'll put it this way: is I would be probably an absolute psychopath. Like I'm saying, I'd probably be a serial killer right now if I didn't have my grandfather. I didn't grow up so well for the majority of my childhood until I was got the boot from my parents. An alcoholic and a drug addict, married and had kids. And my mother was batshit crazy. My dad was a drinker. There a lot of abuse went on in that house. And if I had stayed there, again straight up would have been like a serial killer. I swear to God, I'd be a serial killer. But my grandfather took me in, and I think my grandfather did a lot of good. So I know I'm the person I am mentally today because of him. So I'd have to say Grandpa. Hippie, that is not a typical childhood. Yeah, it's weird that people get that misconception that childhoods are shit, but that's because people who have bad childhood end up grouping together with people who've had bad childhoods, who were abused and stuff like that. They always end up friends and together and that. But I like to think that the majority of people have good childhoods, and the majority of people grow up happy and normal. Not yet. I don't have solar panels. I just go to the library to charge whenever I need to, and I'm okay with going into town. Like it gives me something to do, lets me go get a couple books, something to read, spend a few hours indoors warming my feet. Oh, yeah. No, my grandfather died when I was 18. The man was in a so I was 18 when he went, and so he went in 2006, and he was born 1910. So he was about 96 when he went. It's not hard for me to fall asleep out here. I actually probably get better sleep outside than I've ever gotten inside. Okay, Nomad, that's not true. Those hand crank generators, they generate 5 volts of power at full crank. So one of those battery banks to charge at 5 volts takes 5 hours to fully charge. If you hand crank, you'd have to hand crank that thing at a constant rate for 5 hours to fully charge a 10,000 milliamp battery. One crank wouldn't even get you a split second of power. What you're seeing, anything that is advertised on YouTube, oh, this is coming from China, it is Chinese propaganda. What's going on right now, what you're seeing, like, first of all, TikTok is nothing but Chinese propaganda. Completely, the algorithms are messed, so they show you the worst of the country, and it, it is morally bankrupting the West. That's what they're planning. That's what's going on. With YouTube, what happens is content creators in China, they film things that they want you to see, like these farming and stuff, and they pay somebody to take the footage outside of the country. So they'll take it to Hong Kong so they can access YouTube and create these YouTube's account and showing, oh, look at this amazing Chinese invention. It's all Chinese propaganda to make you think China is very strong, to think that they're, better than the West. In reality, it's not the case. China itself is crumbling apart. Look up tofu drag. In fact, there's even a worse phenomenon going right there. They're called maniac attacks. They're tearing themselves apart. They are running children down, waiting for the bus. They're the horrible, the one that was recent. Like 10 children were run down by someone who just lost it at anger with his government. I'm 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 not a big fan of China, but anything you see that is highlighting the best of China on YouTube, it's propaganda. It is planned CCP, Chinese command, Chinese Communist China, China's Communist Party, CCP. They're putting it out there on YouTube to make you think they are strong. Hey, platypus. Good night. I'm trying to plan out better streams from now on. Like, I'm gonna start doing. I want to start doing more campfire live streams. I want to start doing them in the snow. I think those will be really fun to do, and not just me laying in my little cocoon or my burrito, keeping warm. I want to do some stuff outside. I want to do a live stream with bushcraft. I'm gonna get naughty with bushcraft on live stream. He's another YouTuber. Not really. I'm not even mad at my government. I know my government's trash. I don't blame them. I just blame a series of unfortunate events. Like, I wouldn't be like this if I never got sick, or uh, hell, I wouldn't be like this if I never got married to. If I chose the right woman to marry, if I married a different woman who was more into actually building our both of us up saving money, being together, being faithful, I wouldn't be like this. If I never got sick, I wouldn't be like this. I'm not. It's not the government's fault. It's the government's fault that I'm outside in a tent. Yes, but they didn't. They're not the ones that put me here. But yes, fuck Trudeau. Oh, Joanne, you're very lucky. You've got the puppy. I hope one day and one day soon I can have a German Shepherd. What's this Francis wanker doing? What did you see in the wild? Where and how did I meet my ex? She was in university, and I had to. I've had to take a couple university courses while I was going through my apprenticeship, and you have to every so many years do follow up courses. Like it's not just an apprenticeship deal. It is an apprenticeship deal, but there is still some school aspect to it for your. It's calculus and geometry you have to take, and no matter good doing while she was in uni. Yeah, I'm not depressed. It's not going to depress me about it. I'm very indifferent towards the woman. I I don't hate her. I don't like her either. Oh, Cat Mom, you didn't miss the games. I'm hoping to go back sometime in a little bit and play some Catan without John. The Earth isn't flat, man. The Earth is a cube. Dakota. I hate Dakota fire holes. I hate the whole concept of Dakota fire holes. The only way it's actually easy is if you've got super soft soil and there's a hole already dug for you there. You need a shovel to do it, or you're going to be sitting there banging the earth for a couple hours. Up here, it is the Canadian Shield. You'll never get down far enough to actually build a Dakota fire hole. There's only two reasons why you do a Dakota fire hole. One is to make a YouTube video and get lots of views. The other one is if you're running from the law, there's really no point to actually do a Dakota fire hole. By the time you get it dug out, I've already got my fire up and going, and I've already halfway cooked my dinner. Completely overlooked a lot of red flags. I was blind because I was in love. That's gotten a lot better. I am very deep in the woods. I can hear a banjo playing and someone saying "squeal like a piggy" for me. Ooh wee, ooh wee. Um, if I was to walk into the nearest town, which would be Sudbury, it'd take 3 hours. For me to hitchhike, 20 minutes. That's the most of the location. I'm not gonna like go into Google Maps, take a screenshot of where my exact pin location is, give you the GPS coordinates. There's a very large area, Sudbury actually encompasses. There's what 330 lakes. You'll never find me. Uh, I don't think I can get pizza delivered where I am. Yeah, that'd be hilarious. I want you to deliver a pizza to me, man. What's the address? Just drive down the highway. You'll see a big guy, standing at the side of the road. He's wearing a red hoodie. Just bring it there. Well, Sudbury is a very weird place. It is Sudbury itself. It looks like the ghetto. There is a weird amount of homeless people and disheveled people, a lot of drugs, but everybody owns their own home in Sudbury, and everybody has money in Sudbury. Like, Sudbury is a very rich town itself because of the nickel mine. Everybody works at the nickel mine. It is the weirdest town. It looks like a ghetto, but everybody's got money. Where are you, Rika? Are you up in Timmins or Thunder Bay? Windsor. Oh shit, you're down at Windsor. Oh, cool. Peterborough. I know Peterborough. It's about 5 hours to Toronto, so another hour and a half. So six and a half, 7 hours to Peterborough. Go up the seven about an hour. Drive along the seven highway for about an hour towards Ottawa. There is this burger place. It is the best burger I've had in my entire life. It's almost like a truck stop. I forget the goddamn name of the town. I don't even think the burger place had a name to it, but single best burger and amazing fries. Well, yeah, that's because you're in Windsor. The border crossing is like right there. Oh, and then did you also hear? Be a good time to get out of Windsor now too. They're about to spend $6.5 billion on a new superhighway border crossing kind of deal. Nope, no New York. But no, yeah, no Windsor. Of course, there's going to be a lot of drugs. It's all coming up from the states. A lot of guns too in Windsor. Scary amount of guns. Um, the GTA. Just Google Toronto. That just jump on Google Maps and type in GTA. That'll bring you to the GTA. There's a nice town not too far from where you are. Look up the town McTier, MCTIR, McTier. It's a very quiet, peaceful, rural town. As long as you don't mind, the entire town is like inbred. So you're talking about they've got an extra finger on their foot, kind of inbreeding, but they're still nice people. Yeah, that sounds right for Toronto. That sounds normal for Toronto. The crackhead wants money or crack. What did the crackhead say? Anyways, you guys want to play some games tonight? I would love to get a game of Settlers of Catan going, or as it's called on Discord, colonists. We can colonize each other. And yeah, we play some games. Sorry, what are we talking about? $100? You're giving me $100? I will take $100. Woo! I like $100. Freeze my ears off. Nah, fuck, man. I'm gonna put my life this way: is I lived a very sheltered, naive existence for a very long time. My entire life. My entire life, very sheltered. Then lived out on the streets. Lived outdoors of Toronto, downtown Toronto. Sorry, in Toronto. And even where I was, it was good compared to the bad areas. I was still exposed to everything. For fuck's sakes, there was a guy who came around often when we were streaming. We called Powder Man. I've seen all sorts of shit. I saw guys fucking nodding off in the park at like 3 o'clock in the morning, when I'm trying to head back to my camp. I had a guy high on my. Well, he wasn't a full grown man. He was just a kid, like early 20s, walking by crying, and then just stopped. Funny story too. Sitting down on a rock, and a guy's just walking by me, and he's just walking. He stops, turns around and looks at me, and he's got almost got tears in his eyes, and he's like, "Man, this is gonna be really weird, but can I ask you something?" I was like, "Okay, can I have a hug?" I stood up and I gave the guy a hug, and then he's like, "Thank you. I'm just having a really bad time." I was like, "What's going on?" "I don't know. Could be the mushrooms." And I was like, "Yeah, bud, that'll do it." Yeah, no, definitely not. Uh, Nowadays, I think I actually have something I never thought I would have. I have street smarts. My God, I can actually say I have street smarts. No, the guy was on mushrooms. The guy took some magic mushrooms. He was just having a bad trip. And the weird thing is, at the time when it happened, it happened at a really good time for me because I needed human contact, and I think that was good for my soul, and it helped calm a guy who was having a bad trip out. I'm 63. I'm 63 years old. Man, I'm 36, yo. uh, but man, platypus, I don't know about that one. I might, you know, be having a good time laughing my ass off at people trying to convince people to do stupid shit. I don't know about that one, man. Oh, oh. And we were playing Scrabble earlier today. I don't know how it got into it, but we ended up started talking about pegging. It was weird. I'm gonna be warm. I'm warm. So hey guys, if you want to join the Discord, we're gonna play a game called Settlers of Catan in the Discord. It's built into Discord, so all you need is to have Discord with an email linked. We'll have an audio chat as well going. I'll post a link in the main Discord chat, so all you have to do is click it. But yeah, we're gonna start that probably now-ish. You guys, I'll meet you guys there. But I'm gonna end this for now, and that's the Discord link. Um, I think I've changed the settings so you don't need a phone number to join our Discord, but your email has to be linked to your account to join the game. So you guys have a good one. I'm gonna go play some games with some peoples. Bye. Night, Lauren. Thank you, Rika. I appreciate that.